Hey folks, time for some Primordialis. Lately, when I've been playing this game, I've been focused solely on goofing around and trying to push the limits of the game. That said, on this episode, I'm gonna try to do the opposite. I'm going to try and focus purely on winning and doing the minimum requirement content in order to win. And this isn't going to be like a low percent or any sort of challenge run. The sole purpose is to try and see if I can, like, actually focus, do I win? Because sometimes I'm not so sure. Sometimes I get in my own head about it, where I'm like, am I actually bad? Am I the, like, obviously I'm the reason I'm losing, but like, is it just like the game is hard, or is it just me being dumb? And I want to believe the answer is it's just me being dumb, but yeah, we're gonna find out today with this run. So yeah, we're gonna open up, getting a little bit of XP and a couple starting cells to kind of dictate the direction of the build, and then we'll go from there and see where things go. Where will things take us? I do not know. But so far we've got access to explosives. Ooh, there's a strong modifier. Whoa! Negating cell. That's very interesting. You could do some shenanigans with that for sure. We'll keep that in mind. So yeah, we're playing on beta branch. There's high potential for the occasional weird bonus thing to show up, and I'm looking forward to that. We've got more explosives, which is kind of cute. We'll keep that in mind. Could go for an explosives run. I don't think I've ever come close to winning an explosives run, if I'm being completely honest with myself. But that doesn't mean explosives aren't helpful along the way. They're very handy for dealing with specific enemies. Oh, one thing I should note out loud to myself and to you folks is that it's 11 o'clock at night, and that means that Michaela's sleeping, or at least she's gonna try to, which means I should do my best to be a little bit quiet, so this episode will certainly be a little bit more chill, I suppose, but, you know, I think most people can appreciate that. I hope. If you prefer the higher octane stuff, please let me know. Because I do feel like these days the majority of people are happy with the more relaxed vibe. Which I'm thankful for. Because that is a lot easier on me, as it turns out. Much easier to have like a more relaxed... You can maintain that for a lot longer than, you know, bouncing off the walls, doing the tuber voice and all that sort of thing, right? Two very different vibes. See if this guy is just ignoring me. Come fight me, you jerk. Pick on someone slightly closer to your own size. Come here. Okay. I'd love to blow this guy up until he perishes. That is the goal. Might need to go get one little heal. Yeah. I'm gonna go get one little heal here. So we should be able to do that right there. And we've got explosion immunity. That makes explosion significantly more tempting than it was before. I think we'll run it. I like explosion immunity. And we can go for an explosion heavy build as well. So let's dump our spikes. And now we've got kind of a direction for our build, which is cool. I am game for that. So yeah, I'm gonna look to combine hard cells and heart cells, because that's gonna make me much bulkier. And we'll see what other kind of things we can get going. You know, it's funny, somebody just the other day was requesting that I do this sort of build again, so this will be a good time to pull it out and give it another go. My explosive build. I think what I'll do is I'll create two separate tails. So one tail can be this, and then the other tail can be something along this line. With the explosives. Like that. Beautiful. And one of these guys. There we go. So let me just grab that. And I can just slap this guy on like so. Get rid of that. Boom. Now we can quickly swap between. And we're gonna grab all the explosives that we found. We found 3. I don't know how explodey I want to get. Obviously, the more explodey you get, the more dangerous it is to yourself, but considering that we've got our own sort of defense mechanism in the explosive resistance, I think that should work pretty well. And yeah, I guess we're going to be doing a more burst-oriented build. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. See what exactly happens, because yeah, I have not won with explosives like I was saying earlier, but if I were going to try and win with explosives, the way I would do it is with I should probably grab this sticky, because sticky could end up being helpful for positioning stuff. Not something that I use terribly often, but could be useful in this scenario. And this guy letting go of me. There's that other explosive. I knew it was around here somewhere. I'm gonna take anchor if I can fit it. I can't right now. Electromagnets, cool and all, but I don't think it's really gonna help us where we're going. And I'll dump one of my, or both of my jets, and my speed, and what else can I get rid of? I'm starting to run low on things I can drop for anchor. There we go. Looks like I've got room to pick this and this back up, which is good enough. That keeps me going. But yeah, anchor could be really useful going into fire zone, because I can anti-anchor to keep myself from flying into the whatchamacallit. Which reminds me, we've got negating, so we should go and combine something cheap with negating. That is just going to make sense. Elastic would be a fine choice because it only costs 1. I think that might be our best bet. We will combine elastic. And I think that's the breakaway, and here's the negating. Here we go. Excellent. So, in the future, we could get a mutagenic poison build going, and that would be quite good. I will consider this. It will be something on my mind. Here, you can have that. So there we go. Slightly worse negating cell. Not significantly worse, but slightly. And we'll move on to the next floor. Because remember, we're only trying to grab, like, the bare minimum. And I'm very happy with what I've got at this point. I might have even gone a little bit overkill. But yeah, I think one of the things that I do in this game a little bit too much is I plan, like, 3 builds ahead of where I currently am. And I just kind of need to settle down and work with the build that I've got. So, that's what I'm gonna try and do. Obviously, I'm identifying this right now, where it's like, man, I always kind of just go ham with it, don't I? I need to work on that. So, there we go. We've got a lot of room for additional hearts, so we'll stack those up. And, we'll get some... Oh, not that. Some speed. There we go. And I'll convert all of these to speed. Control left click, if you don't know that hotkey. Pretty handy. And we will have some interior hard cells. Defending ourselves. Something like that looks pretty good. And yeah, now we're significantly bulkier. Should be pretty good. Could be pretty good, pretty strong. So I want to keep an eye out for a couple of cells, but the primary one that I want to find is venom, because if we can start envenoming enemies and then exploding them with that venom, that would be really good. And yeah, there's lots of ways to make that very effective. Wow, that was a nice one-shot. I'm impressed. Impressed by the amount of damage that did. Yeah, we'll go straight for the next boss and see what modifier we get, because obviously if we don't get mutagenic poison, then it's not worth even considering venom. We'll just stick with a good old-fashioned explodey build. Wow, that guy got completely demolished. I don't know what piece of him is alive. I don't see any living part. Huh. Yeah, I saw him get completely destroyed. He looks dead. I don't know, that's weird. Can't say I've seen that happen. Enemies dying without dropping XP is a pretty rare thing in this game. I've seen it from glitches before. There's been a handful throughout the time of this game's existence. But, yeah, nothing in recent times. This guy, he killed himself against his own leg. That's embarrassing. What an unfortunate way to die. That is just terrible. What do we have over here? One of them. One of them those. One of them those grounding cells. I don't really see that being helpful. Got a very pretty purple over here. I do like having that cell. That's a fun one. Can do all sorts of goofy things with it. That said, I'm not very good at it yet. Maybe at some point we'll improve. That's fantastic. We've got another elastic cell, which I personally like using for heat reduction. That's why I always carry an elastic cell. It's the same reason. I like to carry heart cells, for example. And maybe someday they'll make grounding cells worth carrying as an anti for this floor. I think that this floor could use a little bit more, like, electrical identity. I think the themes are a lot stronger on... Well, I don't know. Do you think that the different floors should be themed around, like, a resistance? Because the third floor definitely feels like it's heavily themed around a resistance. Budding is really good with explosives, so that's awesome. I'm gonna look around briefly and see if we can't find an angry cell, because making a summon going into this next floor would make me potentially significantly stronger. Also, one thing I could consider is doing less explosives with more regeneration. That could be an interesting method. So that might be worth considering as well. Because yeah, having explosive spam is not something I really played with very much. Okay, there is the Venom. Venom's fairly cheap to carry for the most part, so I'm happy to have that. This guy, he's such a pain in the butt because he'll never get off me. He's a leech. He's stuck to me for all time now. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of health rate monitor. I'm gonna grab this breakaway, because that's gonna be more useful in the particular build I have in mind. And I'm gonna grab that too, just in case. Just in case that ends up being useful for something. I gotta try not to overthink it too much. There's a negating. This costs 6, that negating should be 5. Yeah, so we'll dump that and take... You're making it really difficult, man. Please. Please, I just want to pick up a cell. Fuck, I picked up the ink. Ink is not what I wanted. There we go, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen. It just took a million clicks. This guy should get bullied real easy. In theory. The fact that I'm exploding this far away from him is a little problematic. Other than that, it's going well. I think he might have hard cells on the outside. Let's not mess with him. We'll leave him be for at this point. Oh hey, he died. Frick. So, one of the things that I'm thinking that I could use is steady regeneration. Based on how my stats are going, or based on how the explosions are doing damage to me. If I want to continue exploding my own body, it seems like it would be a wise maneuver. So, maybe something to keep an eye out for. We've got heart rate monitor, cell. Obviously spectacular if I'm doing an overcharge build, but that is not really the kind of overcharge build that I foresee myself going for. So yeah, we'll leave that one be. Obviously I could like automate a heart process potentially, but I don't really see that being terribly helpful. And yeah, I'm trying to use these little explosive shots to keep myself moving. It's going okay. But yeah, I'm really, really hoping to find the angry cell, but it hasn't shown up, so I think we'll go to the next floor where there's even more cells than on this one. And I think that we should be strong enough overall to handle what's there. We'll just power up by increasing our size and setting up elastic defenses and stuff like that. That should work pretty well, I think. I think we'll be okay. It's one of those things. It's funny because one of the 3 runs I ever won was a run where I just was... It was late at night, and I just wanted to play a video game. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't done Primordialis in a little bit. Let me hit that up. So I jumped on it, and it just kind of completely demolished the game. It was easy peasy. And the only difference is I wasn't trying to like get goofy and show off. I'm just like, I'm just gonna do a quick run. And it worked so well. So yeah, I'm hoping to kind of recapture that by having slightly more levity in my pacing. I'm like looking over now. It's been a 17-minute run. We're on area 3. I think that's a good sign. I think that's a very good sign. Let me know if you'd like faster runs like this more often. Or if you're perfectly happy with the way I normally do my runs. Obviously, the more time I spend on a run, the more dumb shit I can get up to. But also, it's a bigger time investment for you, and it's a bigger time investment for me, so I can understand the desire for shorter runs as well. At some point, I really gotta try speedrunning this game. The only problem is I think it's gonna be an extremely reset-heavy speedrun, since phasing is gonna be so important to the run. Which is a little bit lame. I don't know, I might do set seed or something. We'll see. We will see. Oh, here we go. It's a phasing combo, or an actual combo cell combo. I don't know what I'd want to put in there. I could do double explosion. Hard to go wrong with that. I could do hard heart as well. Here's laser. Laser explosives would be kind of interesting, but no, the electricity would make it activate immediately. It would just go boom immediately. Wouldn't be helpful at all. Hey, there's heatsink. I totally forgot to prepare myself for this level. I just kind of wandered in without doing an upgrade. Thankfully, it's been working well enough. But I definitely can't take on the boss like this. I'll go ahead and take the laser. I can see myself making good use of it. I'll see Speedy Cell is gone, and we'll place those. And you know what? I guess we'll do our layers now. I want inner layer elastic. Like that. And we'll have... actually, I think I can do... Can I go much larger than this? I think I can. I think we can go like this. I want to get wider, because that's going to give me better turn speed. And that should be pretty helpful. And we'll see how this goes. So I want that, and then this. And then I guess we can do parts for days. Not exactly sure how I want this yet. Still kind of molding it to how I want it. So yeah, that is good. That's gonna keep things pretty cool. And then we can have one of these down the middle. We'll reduce our costs a bunch because of all the hearts we're getting rid of. And then we want our double layer hard cell here, double layer hard cell. Sneak some of these in here. There we go. That's looking pretty defended. I like it. It's better. Much better than it was. We should have better movement too. Which is what it's looking like. I'm not going to be swapping back to jets anytime, so we'll go ahead and take our lasers in place of jet. And, yeah, this thing should kick ass. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. It's able to fire off that much without taking any damage at all. That is a good sign. There's impact. That's also a good sign that I didn't get, like, Omega launched there from getting hit by that. Got just the right amount of drag. Which is also a tricky thing to balance in this area. At times. So far, so good. Fearful. Could do an inverted fearful, but inverted fearful would come after me as well, I think. Is the main issue. It's a really dangerous launch. I'm going to add some extra drag onto the build. Put some external elastics. There we go. That should help a little bit. So the elastics just exist as a way to reduce my drag a little bit. Oh my god, there's phasing. Okay. Okay, don't mind if I frickin' did. Somebody was asking me about explosive phasing just the other day. And, in my head, it doesn't work. But I think there might be a way. If I can negatively charge the... Oh man, there's gotta be a way. So I could have it so the explosive is the only part that isn't phased. That would be one method of doing it. But it's gonna be really dangerous in this area, because if I, like, phase into the wall, I just die, so... I need to be careful about that. Which is why we took our anchor, so maybe we set up our anchor for this area. My goodness gracious. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? We have Venom. I'm not gonna use Sticky. Probably not gonna use Health Infusing. Actually, Health Infusing got a lot better now that I've got, phasing, but Sticky is useless. That checks out. Power switch. Got triple explosive. We don't need conductive because phasing is our conductive. Leeching is gonna kick ass. If we're gonna use leeching, then we don't need venom. One more. Probably an explosive. Probably don't need 3. We're not using that many explosives anyway. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go find a safe-ish spot to rebuild. Honestly, it might be here. Just need to kill this dude. If I can do that, then I think we're in shape for a very significant power spike. I'm hoping. Wow, what a wipeout. What an idiot. Sorry, is that rude? Dude did just die. Okay, I don't think that guy's gonna mess with us. We'll just set up right here. Okay, so I want to use I don't know. How do I want to do it? I can make ghost. I can make ghost anything. The only thing I can't phase is explosives. I could do just a very nice laser build. That's an interesting idea. I don't think I've done like an invisible laser before. The problem with invisible laser is they don't phase well. Like I don't want to phase into enemies like that. And I don't have the stuff to make that work. I could make a pretty snazzy healer with health infusing cell. You know what? For the meantime, let's just set up some anchors so that way we're safe. Because I'm kind of sick of nearly bumping into walls. We'll do some anti-anchors. Like so. Good. That should keep me away from walls. Yes, indeed. That's good. Okay, so that's one little improvement to the build. And yeah, the phasing is going to require an entire fabrication, so we won't worry about that just yet. That's a beehive over there. That's pretty funny. Heat pumping cell is one of my favorite offensive cells in the whole game at this point. I think it's just excellent. But that said, I think what's going to be a better match is the impact cell. So I'm going to dump that and take impact instead. So I'm thinking impact. Phase impact does a lot of damage. I've played with it before. There's a good chance you've seen that run. But this time I'm going to make sure that I get out of this biome before I get myself killed with it. Because this biome requires restraint. And restraint is something that I am willing to show just this once as a treat. Speaking of which, we are going to need some way to kill the boss of this zone, which is arguably sometimes a very easy task and sometimes a very hard task. Sometimes the tentacles on their own are enough to just kind of kill the boss if you do it right. So maybe we'll mess around with that. Ooh, I got very on fire there for a moment. That was nasty. Okay. I might be messing around in here a bit too much. It might be time to leave. That was some serious burninating. Despite having the resilience. Okay. Right, so we've still got the combo cell thing that I've been thinking about. If it's explosive, I could combine it with negating. What if I grounded the explosive? I could just ground it. Oh my god, that's perfect. So if I ground it, then they won't be able to explode unless they take damage, which I can make them take damage by setting up a, like a laser to shoot it. And then I can put that like in a long tentacle sort of thing. That might work. Let's look around for that. That's a thermal. That's a dang thermal combiner. What would I do with that? What would I do with a thermal combiner? Wait! Oh my god! I can do... Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. So I can do laser... There's so many options. I'm so sorry. I feel bad. I feel bad because I'm just being blessed with a million really fantastic choices here. So here's the grounding. So I want to go over the different builds that I've got available to me, that I'm seeing. So we can do heat pump laser with infinite thermal scaling, which would be incredible. But it wouldn't get that much use out of the phasing. Or we can do grounded explosives, which is highly experimental, and I don't even know if it works. Okay, and that's why I'm gonna do it. That's why I'm gonna do it, because we don't even know if it's a thing. That sounds cool as fuck. Okay, cool. It's settled. We'll do the heat pump combo another time. But obviously that is a very strong option. Let's go ahead and mute that, and we'll take one of these, combine an explosive with a grounding, and then we will test to see if we can activate it with electricity or not. Look at this guy. He's like on 1 HP, and he's healed. Never mind. I was gonna mess with him, but not anymore. Okay, so we need to find the weird circle thing. Should be somewhere around here. Just ahead of this, I think. That's acceleration. Should be somewhere around here. Right? I think I've gone too far. Maybe. I've been told that before. It'll show up. Don't worry. Don't freak out. We'll find it. I don't even know if it's gonna show up because it's like a weird, glitchy looking thing that isn't like entirely implemented. I'm greeting a little bit with my movement. Ow! That's pain. Okay, these guys are shooting at me. That's just rude. Okay. That's the thermal. It was like directly above the thermal, wasn't it? I hope I'm not like losing it. Is it this one? It had a circle around it, so it can't be that one. I wish there was like a mini map or something. Like, I know you can do this, but like, it doesn't really show that much of vital importance. Pretty much just the basics. That's speedometer. That is not what I was after. Speedometer is cool though, but I don't really have any good use for it. That guy just got exploded. Love that. That guy's totally getting eaten. Yep. Good job, boys. You got him. I blow all his teeth out. Oh my god. I've been thinking about teeth a lot lately, which sounds fucking weird, but I gotta go and get my feet, my teeth, not my feet. My feet are fine. My teeth fixed. But I did see a video recently where it was showing off how people get their or like get veneers, which is something that I didn't even know about. But if you know like Mr. Beast's super fake smile, well, that was like initially a Photoshop thing, and then it's like, no, those are, you can get actual teeth like that, and they grind your teeth down, and then they put in fake teeth, and like your normal teeth just are turned into little nubs of what they used to be, and it's so fucked up to me. Like, it's the grossest thing. Like, at first I'm like, you know what, that doesn't look that bad, and then I saw the process, and I'm like, oh my god, I never. Hey, we found it. There it is. That's the thing we were looking for. Finally. That guy will leave me alone now, so... My goodness, it's a party around here. We're gonna have to battle for this thing, I think. Hopefully it'll work out. So far, so good. These guys are just being rude. Okay, let's do this real quick, like... Is there, like, a phasing combo that I care about? I don't think so. I don't think phasing is one of those things that combos well. Okay. So we are going to combo explosive cell with this. Oh my. Where did it go? It got exploded. Oh, no, it's here. Okay. I was really worried for a second. Okay. So, in theory, this shouldn't explode. It doesn't explode! I'm so happy. Okay. What about, like, if I do a bunch of these? Look at that. It's not exploding. We have dormant explosives. This is huge. This is so freaking huge. This is incredible. Okay. That's awesome. So now we need a way to set them off. So I think we might dump impact, go back and grab the laser. Because we were originally using explosives as a movement tool, but now we're going to be like a really long phasing snake, I think. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going with this. Yeah, so this is definitely major build overhaul territory, considering we can't blow up our own explosives anymore. But that's okay. It's all a part of the process. Ouch. Hitting myself up against that wall a little bit. So yeah, heat is going to be my mechanism to activate that now. Means I'm gonna need this laser. And the thermal thing is really tempting. I don't know what I would use it for. Wow. That was kind of messed up. It's kind of fricked up that he did that to that guy. I'm not gonna worry about it because I'm not gonna need a strong laser. I just need a safe spot to go and reforge the build. Let's see if we can find a location with a few less enemies. We'll return to our previous spot. I do realize that I've slowed down a lot. I've definitely got to spend more time in this biome. The problem is this biome is so unfathomably dangerous that I just don't really want to be here that long. It reminds me a lot of like Hisi Base in terms of how things get so much more significantly busy, and it's like, okay, I really shouldn't spend too much time here. This is a place where people go to die. For sure. Okay. Is this guy still on my butt? He is. Come here. Into the fire you go, you frick. Just give him a really rude hug. Okay. Did this guy lose me? He did. Okay, so I think we're safe. Let's go ahead and do a complete build refabrication. So, doing that. Going to build a centralized heart system. Something like this. It's pretty good. And then, how am I going to do this? I guess one of the first things I should do is secure my defenses. So, do that. Okay, that looks good. We're gonna have some heat. Oop, wrong button. Gonna have some heat resistance. We'll have some always ons with some more heat resistance. Where is it? Oh yeah, I guess we could sneak some vampirism in on this build too. So the plan is we're gonna have like a really long tail, and the tail is gonna have like the murder weapon within, and then we can have like leeching that we steal HP with as well, that we regenerate fast. Yeah, that sounds good. I like the sound of that. Okay, good. So that's all decent. And set this up like so. So that's 1,000, which is very expensive. We might trim down the hearts a lot. So I want to go long with this, and I think we're going to go very long and very thin. So I think 3 is the thinnest we can get away with. So let's do something like that. And I'm going to want a handful of hearts mixed in here, just for the regeneration speed, essentially. And then within this, the idea is we're going to have a set of explosives that will be phased inside of the enemy. And then we are going to use a laser. It's going to be a short-range laser that fires into the thing. And we're going to have the laser be unphased. Means that we're going to have to go out and around like that. And it's probably going to look a little something like that. And I can close these 2 gaps up as well. Okay, and this is how it works. So it fires into this, these superheat up, and then they're going to explode inside the body. And that's the mechanism to get that to work. So we're going to want a lot of ability to pull this. So this is where my seekers are going to be, and we're going to have elastics reside in this whole thing. And then I can have always on cells on the exterior. And then we can also... How else can we adjust this? So I want to limit the heating effect. I'm going to use a mixture of these and these. And that'll limit the heating effect of the rest of the body. And we're explosive resistant, so don't know if that's going to be enough to prevent it from blowing this whole chunk off, but possible it will. We'll see. And what else can I do to optimize this a little bit? Hopefully the vision is kind of coming together for you all now, and you're seeing the idea behind what I want to do. And I need to defend my hearts. So we will have some hard cells. The hard cells are for explosives. We're gonna have another layer like this. And this layer is designed to be basically a defense layer against explosives. So if an explosive hits this part of the body, it's going to pass the electricity through it, and that electricity will then, you know, do its thing and activate the explosive. So that way I don't have to worry about it. So that should be good. And we'll have a couple more of those kicking around. That's good. I guess I could just do this, huh? That's technically all connected. And that way I'm not adding to my drag at all. Which is good. That's what we need. And then we can have a layer of these. We're actually now over biomass cost, which is what I was hoping to avoid, but what are you gonna do? Where do I cut costs? Shrink the tail? Seems like the first thing to do. Okay. And then fill this last gap with that. Oof, we're still just over, huh? That's not good. That's not good at all. I need to place my vampirism, too. Something along that line. I'm realizing this interior layer isn't covered. So maybe we shrink this down one layer. Like this. Obviously phasing can be used in a much more efficient pattern, by the way. I'm well aware of that, but it's so much extra effort. It's kind of painful. So that's kind of why I don't a lot of the time. Let's just do that. And now covers everything. And this build is in its first prototype stage. So let's see how it does. I did in fact cut off electricity there, which is awkward. Oh, that's the wrong spot for that. Okay. So I'm getting some interference on the tip of the setup here. And we need some phasing here. There we go. Okay, so how much of this is I need this to phase into the enemy entirely, otherwise it's not gonna work. So this isn't exploding the way I was hoping it would so far. Oh my god. I'm dead. That's okay. That's alright. We tried something new. Alright, for realsies though, I'm gonna do a speed run. This one is gonna be the win. And I'm gonna do it in like 20 minutes. And it's gonna be so free, you're gonna be like, wow, this game really is easy. He was right. He really does just fuck around and get killed over and over. It's crazy. That's what's gonna happen here. I promise. You're gonna see a win right here, right now. I'm not giving up. Not after I almost ended the episode. But I think we can still do it. There we go. That fucker's dead. We got some goodies to play around with. Nothing amazing, but I don't care. I don't need anything super significant. That's the thing. It's just the basics will do. Do I have my stash from last time? I don't. I wish I did. Because I would totally use them. Let's do this. Okay. Speed me over to the boss. For some reason the game's tutorialing me, which is a little concerning. Did I do that poorly? That I need to be tutorialed? There's poison. I'm really happy that poison's showing up more, even though it's like a terrible cell that only works in like 2 scenarios. I kind of love it. It's kind of sick with it. I don't know what I would do with combination sticky. I'm sure there's a scenario where it could be useful. I'm not really seeing why the boss is just kind of killing dudes, huh? You and me. Nope, not you and Y-Bug. You and me. Leave Antenna Bug alone. Please. Oh my god, I blew myself up really bad there. Gonna have to wait for the regen. Okay, I have to wait for him to kill Antenna Bug, otherwise he's just never gonna stop chasing him and it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Maybe I can get a lucky explosion on him in the meantime, but I kind of doubt it. There are other... They need to make it so when the enemy takes damage, they reprioritize to the enemy that dealt damage to them. Holy shit, I nearly wombo comboed myself. That was really bad. It was really bad. I do not want to die to the first boss. I think I've done enough of that. Especially this version. This version of the first boss is an absolute bastard to fight. Definitely takes a significant more amount of effort than the old version, which is good. I think that's what they were going for. Please? Can I see any sign of damage? How are you so tanky? Surely. Surely. Okay. He's officially aggroed to me. That's something. It's step one to fighting the boss. Having it aggroed to you. Where you can actually manipulate what it does. Rather than it just doing its own thing. I love when it gets stacked up like this. It means that it's taking significantly more damage. Did they give you explosion immunity between runs? Surely not. Just die. They're pretty low. But I'm taking the risk. Okay, we've got overcharge, we've got parasitism, we got some great options. I think I might go for the parasitism. It means that we've got like one build, but it's a good one, so who cares? Okay, give me that, give me this, and give me that. I've got both things on at once here. That's awkward. Okay, give me... I'll put on the parasitism after we set up the build. Let's set up on one of these lads and we'll do the thing. We got double normal cell, which is great. Let's do one of these. Some hearts. Apparently too many hearts. Kind of crazy. Okay. I can get 2 of these guys, that's huge. Gonna be very good. I'm probably gonna go heartless for a while because I don't really need them with this build. There we go. And let's crunch them up and get nice and big. Okay, that's looking good. Nice. That's excellent. Okay. Am I gonna use explosives on this setup? Fuck, man. I don't know. It's so bad. It's not good to do that. But I could. Okay. There's the extra HP. We're good to go. Give me parasitism. We'll jump into the next area. Let's see what happens. There we go. There's our bonus HP. Love to see it. Vampirism becomes cheaper. I'll put some seekers on the front of this puppy. Okay. Just gonna help us move faster. And obviously we don't really need too much in terms of self-defense. Don't really know exactly what this is going to do offensively yet. Obviously nothing currently, but we'll figure out the rest as we go. Parasitism is a strong base to any build because, as it turns out, defense is insanely broken, and having a lot of HP is good. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I just need to find any old damage dealer. For now, I guess we'll have some explosives on our butt. Just as a defense mechanism. There we go. I'm not even gonna have them activatable by me. I'm just gonna have it where enemies bump into them and they activate. That's the game plan. Radiant is a bad idea because that would do damage to my summons inside. That's the opposite of what we want. I'm gonna go right after the next boss, and, yeah. Like, do I go straight into the next level? I don't know. I don't really have any offensive tools at all. I've just got, like, a basic defensive tool. Okay. So far, so good. Cruising. Game's getting a little framey, just because of the amount of enemies on screen, seemingly. That's okay. Not a problem. It's running better than Noita. Which maybe isn't saying much. Man, I've been playing Noita again recently, and goddamn does that game struggle sometimes with my shenanigans. And I guess you could blame it on, like, just the general level of insanity you can achieve in that game, but I would love just Noita, but optimized, would go crazy. Okay, well that's very bad, for obvious reasons. Okay, we need to open this up. I need to grab one of these guys. Even just one should be enough for now. There we go. We're back on track. My explosives did not do what I needed them to. I'm gonna reduce the amount of explosives that I have down to a bare minimum. And we'll do one of these. There we go. Now it's working the way I want it to. Okay, great. Great, 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 great. Let's regenerate our lads, that way they're not being injured. And small is obviously kind of terrible for this. It's not what we want. I'll take explosion resistance, even though I don't plan on continuing to use explosives, because, oh duh, they're causing all sorts of problems. They're causing significant issues for my build. What do we have over here? Just a speed cell. I really, really don't want to go into the next biome like this. But I might have to. Because we need to use our cheapest cell. And that's going to be the basic cell for a long, long time. How much can we expand? I want people to take 3 of these on now. Oh goodness. Controlling this thing is rather awkward. It might just be another 2, to be honest. Oh goodness. Well, that was almost it. Let's try like here. There we go. Good. Good, good, good. That's 2. I really don't want these guys taking damage at all. If possible, to control that, but I'm not entirely sure it is. I'm gonna set some of these up. Having tentacles in this next biome makes everything significantly easier. Okay. Alright. That should work relatively well, I'm hoping. Let's give it a try. We're gonna go fight the next boss immediately. And if I find a better tool than what I'm using on the way, I'll absolutely swap. But for now, I think we just kind of have to rely on environment and our insane regen. What do we have over here? Breakaway cell, do I have any of those yet? I don't. That's rare for me. I pretty much always have a breakaway cell on me. It's just like the most mandatory cell in the game, in my opinion. Someone smarter than me could probably make a good use case for that, but I don't really see it, sadly. I don't see the scenario where it's good. We'll take negating, though. Or not negating, what's this one called? Always negative cell, yeah, that one. That one. Worst roommate cell, for sure. Probably. I don't know, maybe there are some worse ones. Who do you think, which cell do you think would make the worst roommate? My money is definitely on the always negative cell, but it could be, it could be any number of them, I suppose. Lasers. And we've got the thing that allows me to heal my guys. That could be really good. I could definitely see myself using lasers. Lasers has to be like my least used cell type at this point. At least used offensive cell type, just because electricity feels so much better to use since it scales easier. But it's not terrible. Oh hey! There's a combo cell thing. And we've got hard cells, and we've got venom cells. Interesting. We should definitely use hard cells to get hard hearts. Because hard hearts is just a free upgrade, essentially. I love hard hearts. I think hard hearts has to be like one of the very best upgrades in the entire game. The venom is something that we can't really utilize, sadly. I'm gonna do a quick cursory look around for a heat pump. If we can find one, then we'll be very much in the money. That would make my build so much stronger. We're getting lots of bonus around here, which is great. Love to see it. I'll grab a capacitive, because we're well on our way to shenanigans at this point. I didn't realize this was going to be a shenanigans run, but you know how it is. Every run's a shenanigans run if you live long enough. Okay, that guy blew himself up. You all saw it. It wasn't me. What's that? There was a head-on collision? Listen, he backed up into an explosive. That's on him, as far as I'm concerned. What is that? Is that the venom? Yeah, venom doesn't really work with what we're doing, because we'll infuse ourselves with it and have a very bad time. Would not be good. Hello. We just gotta bounce him into the wall. I don't think he can do enough damage to hurt me. I'm just a friend. I'm just here for hugs. Whee! Oh no. Are you too warm? What a shame. Okay. Frig, man. What do I take from these? Stop showing me stuff. I want them to add, like, a mini-boss, a roaming mini-boss that you can run down and get an extra reroll from. I think that'd be sick. I think that'd be cool as heck. Maybe I should beg Caluresis for that. I think roaming, like, Leviathan-class creatures would be really fun to play around with. It'd be very exciting to encounter them. Okay. Am I exploring around here a little bit more? I am, because I really want to do the combo cell. Even though it's probably not safe. I'm doing it anyway. Poison, poison, poison. Interesting. The poach nerd. I could do a... It's an interesting idea. So I could do poison health infusing, and that would just be stronger than venom. That's just better venom in this scenario. That's cool. Kind of quirky. It's the first time I've thought of that scenario. it's a little dangerous if I end up slurping it in, but as long as I don't have any vampirism on the outside, I don't see how that would be an issue. This guy's firing at a noodle. That's just rude. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. They do be spamming. It's a very spammy creature. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything else that I'm looking for here. I just want the heat pump. And it might be a little bit too much of an ask for it. Kind of the vibe I'm getting. We got grounding cell, which is kind of nice. By the way, oh my god, stop it. Ow. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh. He burnt me so bad. The reason I'm not setting up to do, like laser damage, for example, is because I think it would be way too dangerous. I should set this up, though. If I have this be negative, then I can't poison myself. And then I can just put this here. And then I can poke him. And he will get super poisoned. Enjoy the poison, idiot. Get poisoned. Does he look poisoned? I don't know. Holy shit. I don't think it's working. He'd be all green and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that doesn't work. Maybe I need to have, like, an active poison scenario. Oh, you know what I could do? Hang on. So if I did, like... how do I want to do it? So... if this one is negative... or if this one's positive and these ones are negative... I'm only being poisoned on these two cells. Then that would work. What's a good way of doing that? So... I could have like a feeler cell touching this one. And then I could have... these ones with the negative. Like that. And we'll just have to see if this works. Because I would like to test this out. In theory, it should be quite good. Yeah, there we go. There's the poison. Cool. So it works. Neato. This is not a vacuum scenario. We do not want the Zuck. It will not help us. But yeah, this is a good way of using leeching offensively, I guess. So that's kind of cool. It won't kill things as is, but... man, am I actually considering mutagenic poison on a lifesteal run? That's crazy. I think we'll just run this. I think we'll be fine. We need to thicken up a little bit, but other than that, we've got everything we need. I should start stacking elastic, because it's the cheapest, most common cell that we can find. And the only reason we're using basic cells is because they're plentiful and... well, they're not plentiful, but they're cheap. That's the only reason we're using them. Basically, whichever cheapest cell gets the... or exists is getting the spot. That's essentially it. I wonder if I should combine... healer cell or something with what I've got. I could do a double poison cell as well. I don't think that would make it stronger. I could also make an antidote venom, which would be interesting. I think what we're going to do in the interest of saving space, we will have this cell combine with this cell, perhaps? Or we could have this cell combine with this cell. That would also work. I think it's the poisonous health infusing cell. I think that's the combo. Let's see if I can try that again. There we go. Ooh, that is a nasty color of green. That's how you know this thing is kind of evil. Evil by design. Okay. So they've got the negative, and then they've got the feeler. And then I can go grab the normal poison. Damn. Damn. Yeah, I didn't even think to grab the other poison over here until I started rebuilding. This should work effectively, hopefully. Yeah, we're definitely poisoning things well. Okay, and then we'll just have... I guess this can just be poison, so... There we go. Alright, get me out of here. I'm done here. It is time for the next biome. I have to make sure that this is still working. But I think it should be good. And I think that this should, in theory, like, rip through the last boss, too. I need to be careful not to accidentally steal life from the last boss, though. Okay. That poison is doing its job. This guy followed me into the safe zone. Leave me alone, dude. Leave me alone, you frick. Okay. It's time to chop off tentacles. Because those are for explosives and heat mitigation. And that is not what we're doing at this point. Okay, I need to take the front of this and move it up like that. And then we need to just have a ton more space like that. Okay, that looks good. I don't know, maybe I add like a laser like that. Okay, so yeah, I feel much more secure with my dummies now. Might want to pick up a few more, because 2 is not a lot. Is that an always negative over there? Can combine that with the other poisons. That would be interesting. I've just been having such a good time with combo cells. It's been a fantastic thing to play around with. I saw that demon. Give me that. Okay, that's really nice because that gives me a backup way to unlimited heal, in theory. This poisoning? It is. It is poisoning. Just not that much. Not enough against that thing. Oh my god, get out of me, you bastard. Okay, hang on. I need to emergency build. Shit. Fuck. This is really bad. I saw that guy earlier, but I did not see him start, like, ripping into me like that. That's a problem. Okay. This... Okay. Good. Keep the dummy alive. Just got shit ripping through me. I'm gonna die before I can heal, aren't I? Nope, I'm good. I'm back. Okay. Let's go back up and get some more junk. So that way we can... Damn, dude, that was scary. Holy shit, I thought the run was over. Okay. So, I need to do... something like this. And also something like this. And then some jets, so that way I can get up. You too many. There we go. Okay. So this makes it up just fine. Yeah, these little guys swimming around inside me are a nightmare. There's not really too much I can do about them either. That was so bad. I'm not really sure how I up my defenses against those specifically. Obviously some more dummies will help. But other than that, I guess I need to... maybe I shrink down and use hard cells. I could use, like, exclusively hard cells. But that has its own set of risks. Come on. I gotta get thinner. Me, I am IRL, am I right? Haha. Kinda true, though. I should lose a little bit of weight. Easier said than done, though, isn't it? Isn't it? Of course it is. If only it were this easy. What are you folks' thoughts on Ozempic? Like, I don't think that's something for me, but it is like the sort of shit that they made up back in the day, where it's like, oh yeah, here's this miracle drug, and you just take it, and then you're skinny. It's like, what the fuck? That's a thing? It's real? Like, it's such a mythological thing that just exists now. And, obviously the problem with it is that it's meant for, like, people with actual problems. They can't get their proper medication, which is a whole scenario. It's, definitely interesting. It makes me wonder. Okay, let's get this extra dummy, and we'll get the heck out of here. We will, reshape our body to be more efficient against the enemies of the jungle. This will be a good opportunity for me to discover what that body plan is. Because the jungle I don't normally have troubles in, but also normally by the time I'm in the jungle, I'm incredibly overpowered. So, there's that too. Let's go ahead and close this in a bit. That was too much. Okay, so I'm thinking hard cells. We just go thin and long. And these are really expensive, so... I guess we just want to defend our guys with hard cells. Maybe that's the play. We keep these guys safe using hard cells. Like so. Looking good. And we have our stuff set up here. And then I want to have a central segment like this. And if I can get this to hook it just correct, that would be great. Something like that. Okay, that looks good. Now we just need to get this thing mobile. So let's get a layer of that. And then a layer of this. And then I want some hard hearts on the interior. These are also going to help with general tankiness. Oh. And then we yoink this guy out. Slap it right there. And we're just ever so slightly over. So let's just do a trim. Okay. Good. And we are still envenoming. That's good. Okay. Only problem is we're not killing. We can't kill with this. So I'm going to set up some little zappy boys. Like this. It'll be very simple. Just that should do. And I guess we'll add some seekers back. If we can. Being thinner is better. Okay. And this shouldn't hurt us terribly much, either. Of course, we're regenerating in here, so that's kind of a thing. But, yeah, hopefully this runs a little bit cleaner than the other version. We're going to be a little bit more susceptible to explosives with this size and shape, but I'm hoping that it works out. We've still got to deal with that absolute demon that jumped us from inside the wall. But other than that, I feel like I'm ready to take on just about anything. That said, I was feeling that way before, and I'm not so sure. Let's see. Okay. I just wanted to take a look at where I was going. I'm like squinting extra hard at the walls because I know I'm gonna get jumped again. Just don't know when. I don't know when and I don't know where. Okay, so we've got heat and poison damage. Didn't seem to be quite enough to kill the beehives, so we should probably just ignore them. Spikes are a temptation to pick up, but I'm not going to. I think we can get away without them. This guy is exploding, so we should try to kill him. There we go. I don't need to actually destroy them. I don't need to actually destroy them, yeah. Just need to do enough to make them stop attacking me. That was a bit of a tight squeeze. You could say that. But, you know. Sometimes you gotta find a way to fit in those jeans one more time. Made it happen. Frickin' pole plants, dude. Need to mine their own dang beeswax. Tell you what. Good stuff, good stuff. We're making our way. I'm a little bit worried about our damage output. It's, quite abysmal. fairly concerned by that. We'll grab a detached detector. And, in a worst case scenario, I will do obedient drones. Because drones is a good way to increase your damage output, that's for certain. Guy's a little dangerous. Because he can close on you. Does a lot of damage very fast. I'm just gonna leave, because he's giving me an opening. I'm not even sure if we make it past this next boss with this. We'll see. Oh, he's detached. If he stays detached, if I can get on those roots, it's gonna be rough for him. Looks like they may have upped this guy's boss arena size. Too bad he's a little shit, and he just sits there anyway. Okay. Sounds like this. I wish I had side defenses, but I don't. Can I just shoot him from really far away? Eventually he'll die? I don't know. He's being real annoying. Okay. I just need to find an angle and hold it. Here we go. If we can start lasering into his hearts, it's over. That's the key. Lasers are great if you can keep them consistent. They do very good damage. I don't know if 2 lasers is enough, I'll be honest. I'm not super sold just yet. Okay, maybe I get in there and I try to poison him a little bit. Okay, watch the health. Watch any potential penetration angles. So far, so good. Getting poisoned. I'm getting poisoned. As long as my summons aren't poisoned, it's okay. They're punching into my stuff there a little bit. Come on. You can do it. You can get in there. Maybe we gotta go in from the front, where there's that opening. Ow, bastard. Yeah, I think this is where I need to get in. As long as nobody's touching my, my guys in the center, I'm not gonna lose out on my resources, which is good. Come on. Come on, you bastard. I'm surprised the dude on the front is surviving as much as he is. The tongue kind of tanking. If I can get in here, be able to do some serious damage. There we go. He's got so many colors, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what he does. Oh my goodness. I don't know what just happened with his body there, but that was real wonky. Do not get to attack my guys. This is a freaking battle and a half, man. Okay, we got the worst of the Seeker head off, which is hugely important. I firmly believe that we win these. I just gotta wear them down. This is a really, kind of a crazy sign of how strong roots are, though. Come on. Just gotta get them in there. Those roots are showing. Get in there. The roots are envenomed. It's huge. Maybe. I almost saw my health bar for a second there. That's a bad sign. This bastard won't die. Might have to go back and grab some spikes. I think I saw some earlier. I do have explosives. I could also just get more lasers. You know what? Let's try more lasers before we go back. Let's just do this. Okay. And then where do I drop value? Tough call. Maybe some of these. Maybe we thin down the side again. Okay, let's try this. This is 6 times, or the 3 times the damage. We get the 6 lasers as opposed to the 2. I can do basic math, I promise. Not something that I would recommend, especially as somebody doing like a live recording, but here we are anyway. Okay. Hoping if I envenom him enough, kind of just start to punch through. I gotta say the poison venom strategy is not nearly as good as I was hoping. Hoping for something kind of amazing, and it's not. Yeah. Starting to look pretty worn down, I gotta say. I can't go into the next biome like this. They don't have nearly enough biomass on the dedicated to defense. We'll adjust things as needed, I suppose. I really need to get in on those hearts with these lasers. If I can do that, then we're golden. It's right there, dude. Did they add some sort of cooling system to this thing? It looks like they did. I'm burning myself alive. More than we're burning it. Let's try to get on the side here again. I just hate getting poisoned so much. It makes me feel more in danger than just about anything else in this entire game. I don't know if anyone else feels that way about poison, but every time I face it in the first zone, it's just like, oh, I guess I'll die. I wonder if it is partly to do with it being an early encounter that makes it so scary. Could very well be the case. It should be graying out. It's kinda not. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the spikes, because this isn't working. I apologize for the noobiness on display. Despite how much time I have in this game, sometimes enemies just don't want to die to my builds, and I think that's entirely on me. Oh my god, my frame rate got so much better when I got out of range of him. Okay. So we had some spikes just back here. And if I get the sense that if I swap over to spikes, I'll just kill him immediately. I'm really hoping I don't have to do anything crazier than that. Burn. Dang pole plants. How dare they? How dare they exist, to be honest. Just unfair of them. And I guess if the spikes don't work, we'll go explosion strats. Come on, we can make it through. We did it. Oh my god. But yeah, I guess that boss has some significant heat resistance. It's the only thing that I can guess on how they survived all that shit. Okay, so what do I need for this? I need space. I'm gonna get rid of capacitive because I don't think that's ever happening. And most of my stuff is in use. I can get rid of an explosive. There we go. Now we got spikes. So I'll probably just slap a couple of puppies, like, I'm not gonna slap puppies, that would be terrible. I'm gonna do this. And hopefully that'll be enough. Because it'll do direct damage. And now we've got 3 damage types, which is good. Generally, more damage types is better. The more you have, the wider coverage you have. Which is very, very nice. Still not messing with this pole plant. Pole plants are designed to ruin runs. It's crazy how strong they are. But yeah, benefits of this run, super tanky. Downsides, it's slow, and it doesn't do very much damage. So, my run that was supposed to be fast turned out to be not very fast. it was going so well until I stopped doing damage. This does really help me justify sticking around in the early game a lot more, though, because you know, the damage output must be acquired to proceed to some degree. It's kind of the vibe. Okay. With the spikes, we should have enough mixed damage now to make things happen. Eventually this guy won't be able to continually resummon, because I've got better regeneration than him. Okay, so we cut the head off of the beast. That's huge. We've got enough spikes to start to dig in here. Here we go. Perish. How is he still alive? That is impressive. He's got no hearts left. Come on. Surely you can't continue to live without any hearts. Still alive, huh? Oh, snap. I need to cancel. I can regenerate. There we go. That was a little scary for a moment. Okay. This is shenanigans. I think roots need a slight nerf. I'll be real. Roots are slightly too good. That's my personal opinion. Feel free to disagree. Holy smokes. Lost so much health going after that. Normally this boss is like just a breeze. Surprised how much trouble I'm having here. Regenerate me, please. I'm gonna try going without the lasers for a bit. I think the lasers are causing a lot of problems for my health regen. There we go. Holy shit. That was brutal, man. That was insanely brutal. But we got through it. We could entropy reversal our lasers to negating do super poison damage in the next area. That sounds like fun. Let's try that. Let's do that. Okay, so now we want to stack all our lasers up instead of the way we were doing it. And we're gonna have that. And then how exactly am I doing this? I'm not sure yet. So negating here and here, laser here and here. And then this needs positive charge, so conductor, or I guess I can do laser, and then I need anti-poison, is gonna do that. And this spot can just be nothing. And then we can have our spike, king spike, like there. So these are negative. These are positive. So we're gonna freeze enemies. Okay. And then I guess... I probably don't want those. Because we're gonna be envenoming ourselves. Okay, right, and then they need this. So those are getting more potent. Just freezing more. We're poisoning our body insanely. Okay. The poison is broken free. Huh. Okay, so we need to detach this. And then we need to do, this. And then this is the only part of the body that's going to be poisoned, in theory. Let's see if that works. Okay, looks like our HP is recovering. It's a little low. It's a little uncomfy levels of low. It's... it's real spooky, isn't it? It's doing immense damage. Look at my damage output. Holy shit. Now we're fucking cooking. We've officially made a disgusting setup. Okay. I'm actually so pleased with that damage. That is incredible. That is absolutely amazing damage. It's just really scary, dude. It's really, really scary. So this negative charge is counteracting this positive charge. That's the idea. And, yeah, it's pretty simple, but it's working really well. This is actually, like, such a fucking sick build. It's really cool. I'm just scared for my life, is all. Understandably, I would hope. Understandably scared for my life. But we're kind of cooking. I think we've done it. And we freeze our enemies. And... yeah, it looks like a bad time to fight, for sure. I don't know how I would optimize this further. Other than... reducing the amount of, like, lasers and... like, the amount of blocks that we're doing harm to ourselves with. But... is the poison spreading? Hang on, I'm gonna get rid of this. Because I think it's going to cause more issues than it's going to help. So I want to see this poison end up only up here. That's what I'm aiming for. I can do this. Oh my god. Did you see the poison spread across my body there for a second? That was terrifying. That was so fucking scary. Holy shit, and then it fixed itself. Okay. This is such a tightrope build. This is really cool. I love it. Okay, I think we're ready. What's my biggest fear going into this next level? I don't know, but we don't have range, which is kind of bad. Like, our lasers are not range. They are... It's like a ranged CC, I guess. It's not like a ranged damage dealer like normal. We're spending a lot on the front of our creature, and that's also where we're envenoming. So it's causing all sorts of scenarios. Very interesting. Wow, look at how quickly we're freezing this guy. This is a sick build. Does it seem to do... Oh, we just kind of sent him flying. Interesting. Yeah, we have a really strong negative charge that we're applying, so... should be fairly effective. Our laser and our poison should be doing the majority of our damage. Okay, let's deal with another enemy first, because that one's not working out too well. We might want some additional... Oh wow, we actually ran out of our loop. Gotta get it going again. Hang on, I have always on, don't I? I don't. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what caused that to shut off, but that's not great. Not really what I want. We need this loop to be happening for the real power to scale up. So the main problem that I'm seeing here is that the lasers are breaking. I might need to internalize the lasers to keep them safe. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It was working great against things that don't fight back, but versus things that do, it's got problems. Yeah, these guys are just way too tanky for one spike to do the job. We could lame out. Hear me out. Let me just see what happens if I go lame mode. So this is an option. What if I just did like this? Is this just gonna kill them? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. God, I hate it. I'm so upset with myself. Make a really fucking cool thing, and then it just doesn't work. It's the worst. It's like, oh yeah. This right here is the reason why I lose. It's because I'm too busy doing dumb shit. And I could just like make a fucking brain dead line of spikes and win the game with this. And I think that's cool, I guess. I just wish there was more reason for me to do the dumb stuff. But I guess there's time for that. I hope there's time for that. To get more time to do the dumb stuff. This thing looks like it's alive. There we go. Yeah, maybe we'll adjust back to our Venom setup, or a Venom setup. Or a poison setup, rather, once we get a little further in. Like, for the boss fight. And if I need to emergency pivot back, I will. We got some puffer dongs. These guys scare me a little bit, because they could very easily destroy my build, given the right angle. This dude has rebirth, which makes him a total menace. And his explosives actually dealt damage to my guy, which I'm not happy about. Okay, so this is him over here now. There we go. We've got this growth. That creature is really weird and gross. I really gotta show up in this area and dissect all the creatures. I think that might be one of the next videos I do. Not in relation to this video, but in relation to my next recording, because obviously time is all wibbly wobbly when you're doing YouTube videos. Just kind of, you know, I'm posting stuff from like a couple months ago, and I'm also posting stuff from a couple days ago. It's all over the place. It just depends on what's getting edited and when. Would love to be able to move. If you could find it in your heart to allow that, that'd be awesome. The way this guy falls apart into so many pieces is really impressive. I don't know if he just like hides in the crowd or something. It's really cool. This dude has drift, and I love the red lightning. I gotta rock a red lightning build again sometime soon. It looks so nice. Very snazzy. It's spooky. Getting sneak attacked. I gotta be really careful they don't get my... Oh my god, stop it! Gotta be careful they don't get my dummies. Dummies are my lifeblood, I need them. In a worst case scenario, I can absolutely pivot to Vamp in the final boss fight. And just Vamp on the final boss. And we might try that, I don't know. I think if you just make a circle around the boss, it just kind of beats him. Oh, we should do that. We'll test that out as a theory. Let's see if I can just make a circle around him of leeching. See if it just beats him. Because that would be really funny. Calyresis was mentioning some sort of cheese regarding that a long time ago. But it's stuck in my head the whole time where I'm like, man. The fact that there's some fucked up cheese out there that I'm not using, I gotta learn that. I think leeching really needs an overhaul though. Maybe it's just my problem of building builds too similarly to one another, especially when it comes to my parasitism builds. But it feels really bad using parasitism when it's not in like when you don't have a consistent form of healing. So like stealing biomass from stuff like the test dummies or, you know, the cancer cell or whatever, any sort of thing like that seems kind of mandatory for success almost. If you haven't robbed someone else's biomass the whole time, then you're fighting for your life and in super high risk the whole time. We got this dude here. I don't know what this one does, but we're gonna just rip into him and hope he dies. Still alive somehow. What part of you is alive? I can't even tell. Hello? It's like, there we go. I was gonna say, come on. Come on now. You gotta die eventually. This creature is really weird. The spikes are fun, because I actually get to, like, interact with these creatures, when normally I just kind of zap them from across the screen and they die before they get to do anything. Although that said, that one definitely just died before it got to do anything anyways. It do be like that. Ouch. That is pain. Those little guys are annoying. Stop it! I can't see when you do that. He's running away to regen. What an absolute bastard. I hate him. Yeah, my inner guys are getting a little bit low. I'm gonna give him a rest. Beautiful. This dude's been a total menace. I thought we had fought this guy already, but apparently there's multiple spinny guys. I do appreciate the design. It is pretty cool. Getting inked kind of sucks, though. I gotta say. Okay, we only got 2 more. Pufferdong and whatever this weird growth is. Dead and dead. That's pretty good. No cells this whole time, which is really unlucky, I must say. I feel like normally I find a lot of cells. But, not this time around. This has definitely been one of the longer boss rushes. Ouch. Stupid laser man. Die. The nice thing about the laser guys is that, they're very easy to bully. Since the key to doing good damage with laser is to hit the same piece over and over, so you can just kind of turn, and then they don't do damage anymore. It's pretty good. Okay, I gotta watch the cost there. There we go. Beautiful. I think that's all of them. Darn sure is. Hey, what's that over there? It's ink combo cell. I don't see that being useful to me, unfortunately. Laser guy, we're gonna use our burn spreading technique. Screw you. It's just rude. Just rude to do things like that to people. It's not a bad laser build, but it could be better. That's for certain. I'm glad it's not. I'm glad it's kind of bad, otherwise it would be a real problem. What do we have up here? That spike? It's so it is. Do I want to do double spike, or do I want to do... I think, for durability's sake, we'll do this. I think this will be excellent. Yes. That will be very good. And that's another hard cell. So... I guess in order to make this even more durable, we'll add that in. A great many mysteries around here. I'm going to go ahead and reattach this sucker now, I guess. And we'll swap these in. There we go. That should be good, right? Maybe? Hopefully? We'll see. We will see. So I want these positively charged. I want these negatively. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and I guess I can just put some conductives here then. Surely there's like an always on around here. Something to keep the lights on, right? In theory. There's a power switch. That'll do. Alright, I wanted to redo this so that way the lasers weren't in danger. What's the simplest way of doing that? These cells are exceptionally powerful now, so we can just loop those over, maybe? And obviously they're terribly expensive, so I have to do a little trim. Okay. These aren't going to cause me harm, right? They're not going to murder me horribly? I hope not. I freaking hope not. They're scaring me a lot. I'm gonna have to be careful with them, because they have an intense amount of drag. Let's see if this is any better. So far the speed is making me think otherwise, but we'll see how the damage fares. We haven't been poisoned yet. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me with that. Quit ramming me with electricity. It's just silly. stop. Oh my god. Okay, I think the setup is just significantly worse. So let's slap this guy back in. And normal spikes it is. Fuck. Make these fancy-dancy, super cool, super specific things, and they just don't work the way I want. It's very upsetting. Stop electrifying me. This is too much. I can't move. I'm getting stun-locked. This is hell. I've never left this guy alone to do his thing. He's also got some sort of freezing setup on him. Looks like it's radiant freezing. Okay. Yeah, it turns out that extra tiny bit of mobility really mattered. So I'm gonna need to play into that. There we go. It's another room down. Holy cannoli. That was close. I'm having to go up and around, aren't I? That's unfortunate. The music in this area is so good. It's after 1, by the way, for anyone keeping track at home. This went far, far longer than I ever intended it to. But so be it. Yeah, I think to make the poison supercharge truly shine, phasing helps a ton. Just because you get significantly more cell contact than you'd get otherwise. But I think we've seen a glimpse of power. And if I continue to hone that, that could be a really cool new build type, potentially. Not that it hasn't been done before, but a new build type from my repertoire. Which is important to me, because I want to be able to say that I've succeeded, or at least utilized every single type of build in this run, or in this game, before I set it down for new content. And speaking of which, there's a couple of games that are strikingly similar to Primordialis in some ways, that I'm really looking forward to experimenting with. So, keep an eye out for that. This dude got stuck. Here you go, buddy. Get you back where you're supposed to be. This guy's schmoving on me, look at him. Look at him just going crazy. He's lining up his shot. Yoink. Be a shame if something happened. Okay, he should be out of commission for long enough for me to kill some of these other guys. I'm not too worried about the order. As long as I don't start getting bullied. Okay, that's another one down. This guy's still super low wandering around. We've got a laser lad. Hufferdong doing his thing. Almost got ganked by that one crazy creature. That thing is such a menace. This dude's getting his shots up, which is not what I want. He's got so much health, it's almost like a detriment to him by the looks of it. Oh my god. That is the opposite of what I want to happen. Holy shit. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. I can't believe we're alive. That damn pufferdong penetrated me in the worst way, like goddamn sideways. Holy smokes. I can't believe we're alive. Okay, we made it. But at what cost? Okay. I'm not taking any of these, because they're gonna ruin my run. Okay. The real prize is the dummy. Whoops. Nice. Good. Good. Alrighty. For this boss fight, we're gonna rock just vampirism, and I'm going to set up for getting heated, because that is what's going to happen. We are going to get heated up. Set up like this, and then we'll set up like this. I think we want this to be like this. And then we can close it in the rest of the way once we get on the boss. This should be pretty good. I want to see if this works. Because if it does, then that's going to be a big meta shift for me with vampirism. We'll see if we can cheese the last boss. I'm kind of hoping we can, because it would be very funny. But yeah, it's funny that this is the run that makes it, when I'm just kind of trying to hyper-focus. I guess it makes sense. I'm trying to hyper-focus on winning, and that's what we did. Okay. Now it's time to close the trap. Did not work. Okay. Like that. Yes. Yes. Excellent. And then just one little poke to get things started. Come on. Oh, frick. Okay. There we go. We're all set up. We're set up for maximum cheese. So is this doing damage? It is, look. Look at the damage. Look at how fast it's draining. Oh my god. It's really good. Okay. I'm gonna move these to the back, so that way I can kind of swang that thing around to dodge. Okay. I'm gonna set up here. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, we're on laser mode. Don't get super lasered, and we're fine. Remember, we got the giga leeching, so that's gonna make things strong. Oh my god, look at how fast his HP is going down. This is insane. This is so funny that this is working. Okay. Give me your life. This is gonna hurt. Holy shit. That's scary. Book. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ouch. Finish him! Finish him! Oh my gosh. He's like, this is his last bit of HP, I think. Oh my god, we did it. Oh, so stupid. Yeah, so there you go. Parasitism, pretty good against the final boss. I mean, you can make it there. What a stupid way to win. Yeah, so that That is another win. That's my 4th win of Primordialis. Happy that I got to show it to you all. What a fantastic cartwheel to end it all. Beautiful. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm going to call it there because it's pretty late, but I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching the videos. I appreciate you a lot. Make sure to hit the join button if you want to see content early, but no pressure. Only 99 cents, by the way, if you can manage it. But otherwise, yeah, try the hype feature. I haven't seen anyone do that yet. Actually, I have seen a little bit of that on my videos, just a tiny bit. But maybe if we can get like a bunch of hype on this one, that'd be super awesome. But yeah, let me know what you'd like to see from me, whether it's this game or other games, and I'll catch you later. See you, folks. Boop.